అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ముందుగా ఈనాటి విశ్వంబర డాక్టర్ సి నారాయణ రెడ్డి జాతీయ సాహిత్య పురస్కారాన్ని అందుకోబోతున్న డాక్టర్ జావేద్ అఖ్తర్ గారికి సుశీల నారాయణ రెడ్డి ట్రస్ట్ తరఫున అలాగే సినారే ఫ్యామిలీ తరఫున అభినందనలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. అలాగే సభ మీద ఉన్న పెద్దలు విద్యాసాగర్ రావు గారు, కేవి రమణాచారి గారు, సింగిరెడ్డి నిరంజన్ రెడ్డి గారు, యార్లగడ్డ లక్ష్మీప్రసాద్ గారికి, అలాగే దీపక్ మహాన్ గారికి, చెన్నై గారికి, ప్రతిపాద మోహన్ గారికి మరియు ఇక్కడికి విచ్చేసిన అందరికీ నా నమస్కారాలు. అయితే ఈ ప్రసంగాన్ని నేను ఇంగ్లీష్లో కొనసాగిస్తాను, జావేద్ అఖ్తర్ గారికి ఇంకా దీపక్ మహాన్ గారికి అర్థమయ్యేలా. So today is a very special day for the Sinare family, our family, because today is the 92nd birth anniversary of my grandfather, Dr. C. Narayana Reddy. So the Sushila Narayana Reddy Trust was started by my grandfather. Originally he started the award to honor women writers, and that award started from 1984. That has been going on since 1984, and it's called Sushila Narayana Reddy Award. But after his unfortunate demise in 2017, the trust actually decided, we decided to institute another award, the Vishwambhara National Literary Award, which would celebrate and recognize acclaimed personalities in the field of literature. So, and also every year on this day, we have resolved to continue the birthday tradition of my grandfather, which is releasing his book every year on this day. So we continue to do that even today. So today I cannot be happier as we gather here to celebrate the occasion by felicitating a literary giant, Dr. Javed Akhtar Saab. It is an immense privilege for me actually, and a humbling experience also, to share this stage with him and so many respected dignitaries. And together we celebrate the immense contribution that he has given to the world of Indian art and culture, whether as a lyricist, as a screenwriter, as a poet, and as an activist also. So today actually was made more special because we had the honor of hosting Javed Saab in our home for lunch, and we had a great time. All of us had a very great time. And all of you know Javed Saab's wit. The conversation was free-flowing, but I think one thing actually stood out to me during today's lunch. Javed Saab explained about what exactly is language. So what is language? So he narrated a passage in Urdu or conversational Hindi, which everyone understood. It had about 2 or 3 sentences. Everyone in the room understood the sentences, but he went back to that sentence, and when he unpicked it, he actually revealed that simple sentence had words originating from more than 10 languages, everything from Farsi to Arabic to Japanese to Italian, Sanskrit to Tamil, which was astonishing for us. So the reason why I bring that up is I found a very striking similarity to my grandfather as well, because when we were growing up, he used to, being a multilingual person himself, he used to actually explain to us the roots of the words, origins of the words, whether it's in Telugu or Hindi or Urdu. And what that also proves is purity of language is a myth. So language is ever changing, and I think that can also be applied to our culture. The food we eat, the music we listen to, many art forms are a beautiful amalgamation of many influences from around. And I think my grandfather is an embodiment of this concept because, like I said, he is truly multilingual in the sense that his mother's tongue is Telugu, but he studied in Urdu medium till his graduation. Only in his MA and PhD did he actually do it in Telugu. So he had a strong grip on Urdu and Hindi, and he knew English very well. He worked in Chennai for many years because the Telugu film industry was based there at that time. So he was able to, he spoke Tamil fluently, he knew Kannada, he knew some words in Marathi and various other languages. So he always used to enrich us, we had the kind of conversations that I had with my grandfather. He used to explain about language and, the many origins of these words. Because he had a very strong grip in Urdu and Hindi, many of the movies, the films that were remade from Hindi to Telugu at that time, the lyrics were also written by my grandfather. Like some of the examples include Zanjeer, Dawn, Yadav Ki Barat. All of these films, incidentally, were written by Javed Saab here. And my grandfather wrote the lyrics for the songs for the Telugu remakes. My grandfather also liked Urdu poetry a lot. In fact, there were a lot of influences of Urdu ghazals and Urdu poetry in his work in Telugu, in his poetry in Telugu as well. In fact, he was one of the first, if not the first poets to introduce the ghazal form in Telugu. So he introduced Telugu ghazal as an art piece in Telugu. And I used to love those ghazals actually, and I would like to take this opportunity to just recite maybe a couple of lines from one of his ghazals. Atmalanu palikinchede asalaina bhasha, Atmalanu palikinchede asalaina bhasha, ఆ విలువ కరువైపోతే అది కంఠశోష, ఆత్మలను పలికించేదే అసలైన భాష. వేదం ఖురాన్ బైబిల్ వీధిలోన పడతాయా, వేదం ఖురాన్ బైబిల్ మతమేదైనా ఒకటేలే, మతమేదైనా ఒకటేలే, ప్రతి మనిషి శ్వాస అన్నారు. So basically the essence of this ghazal is, as humans, we tend to draw boundaries on the lines of religion, caste, language and a million other identities between ourselves. But in essence, basically we are all the same. We breathe the same air and we drink the same water, and that is what this ghazal espouses. And as Ramanachari Garu just pointed out, a lot of my grandfather's ghazals espouses humanistic values, and these are, I think, the same values which I see in a lot of Javed Saab's speeches and writings as well. So that's another striking similarity between the two. I believe poetry has the power to transcend these barriers because ultimately poetry encapsulates universal emotions. If you are connected to a poem, irrespective of language, irrespective of your background and of your culture, because you are connected to the message in that poem. I think the same thing can be said about songs, primarily lyrics in film songs, but the reach of film songs is much more because they are much more accessible. And my grandfather, having written about more than 3,000 songs himself in Telugu, actually liked to listen to Hindi songs also a lot. And of course, Javed Saab's songs featured prominently in his playlist. So if you think about it, in our family, my grandfather used to listen to songs from Silsila Sagar from the 80s, I think. My father's generation listened to songs from Border and songs like songs from 1942, A Love Story, Ek Lavi Ki Ko Dekha To, from the 90s, I think. I grew up listening to songs from Dil Chahta Hai, Swadesh and Lagan in the 2000s, and now our children's generation is listening to Dil Dhadakne Do and Gully Boy. And a common thread between all of these movies is Javed Saab's lyrics, which is spanning more than 40 years. So his lyrics, his songs have actually touched 4 generations in our family itself, and I'm sure there's more to come. So I don't want to take much more time, so I would like to conclude by once again expressing my heartfelt gratitude to Javed Akhtar Saab and all the other respected guests who made it to the function today. And I would just like to conclude by singing a couple of lines in one of the songs of Javed Saab, which is actually very close to my heart. And it personally actually shaped the way I live my life. हर घड़ी बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी, छाव है कभी कभी है धूप जिंदगी, हर पल यहाँ जी भर जियो, जो है समा कल हो न हो।